Hey everyone. So I saw this idea. I did not come up with it. I saw one of these on, it was on a drop, like on a live sale. They had a whole bunch of metals and they were doing a metal drop. And I saw a little piece like this. It looked like a bobbin and it had some film reel on it. And I thought, how cute is that? I have to do that. So I immediately rusted some bobbins, and these are really rusted bobbins. And I think that was, my friend Jo, she loves the look of rust, but she doesn't want to touch it. So I thought, I just did the video on this faux rust stuff that I found on Amazon, and I thought, I wonder if it would stick to these little bobbins. And it does. It's wonderful. Now, I don't know that you couldn't scratch it off with your fingernail. Huh? Nope, it's not coming off. So that's really cool. I really, really love this. But I think I know a better way to do this because see how bright my blue is? It doesn't look like, I've dabbed over it a little bit with some more of the rust and made it look a little calmer. But of course, this is one that I haven't done anything to. So I think I will make one today like this and show you how of course, this probably doesn't need to be shown how to do this, but I thought this would be so cute hanging from a ball pen on the side of a page, just like a little charm. Um, and for those that don't like rust, there's always these. So I love this. And I actually did get out my glove and use that a bit because it takes it just a minute to dry. This one's good and dry, and I've done it probably about 30 minutes ago. But this is, so I'll paint one of these and then we'll put the reel on this one. You can see that I've still got some blue on my thumb. Okay, so I just took a normal metal bobbin. I wonder, I bet you could do this on plastic too, because I think this stuff sticks to plastic. I'm not really sure. Be worth trying though. So I just took it and I started with the rust color last time. And I am going to put my glove back on here. I started with the rust color last time, but I think this time I'm going to dab on the blue. And that way I can kind of go over it with some of the rust to where it's not such a bright blue, and maybe it looks a little more like real patina. So I'm just dabbing that on. And honestly, you don't even really need to get it in here because that's going to be covered up with the, I think I'll just do a couple of them, with the film reel. So it's not like that part really needs to be done. You can do it, obviously, but I mean, if your fingers are like mine, it's kind of hard to get down in there. So I probably won't do it. So I've just put a little blue on a couple of them. I set them up on their side and let them dry for a minute. And I'll show you how I put the film reel on. I got some of these film reels at an auction a while back, and I sold some of this reel, some of the film strip by the yard. And so that's what I did. I just cut me off a yard of it. And through fiddling with this, I've kind of discovered the best way to get it started is I put some double-sided tape on the end. You don't even have to put on much, just enough because we're going to wrap it around and we're going to hook it to itself. Like so. Can you kind of see what I've done? I just wrapped it around and stuck it to itself. And then I'm just going to fold it over whichever way feels the most comfortable. I'm going like kind of like backwards, really. This is the only fiddly part, getting it started. So I just bent it back over itself and then wound it. I mean, you can't, I mean, that's like the easiest little charm ever, isn't it? And you kind of got to hold on to one side as you're twisting, or it just kind of keep twisting around. Now, I did put some tape, tried to put it on the actual metal, and um, it doesn't really hold that well. I found it was better to loop it and glue it to itself and then fold it back over. I hope you were able to see that pretty good. So I'm just trying to feed that on there. Kind of holding it on one side and wrapping it on the other. And I did a yard, and it seemed like that was pretty much the perfect amount for this size of a bobbin. And this is just your standard bobbin that goes in a sewing machine. And there it is. So when I got done, I did try putting some double-sided tape to make it stick to itself, and it does work. It doesn't hold the best, so this is what I did. I put a little bit of the double-sided tape, not all the way to the end, because I liked that little part peeking out. Also, on the rusted one, you can kind of see there's rust on the film strip that comes off from, you know, handling it and having the wet glue. And I liked how that looked too. You won't have that probably on this one, because I know that as I wound it around, it did not come off on my fingers. So that's good. So I did put a little bit of that. And then I don't think I put it far enough down. Add a little bit more. And then I also took some of my Fabri-Tac glue and just put a dot there at the end and just held it. Now, this is going to make it where, you know, you can still use this film reel and just hold on to it. I couldn't think of a way to clasp it like, you know, you would with a bulldog clip or something like that to make it hold tight until the glue dried. So I just held it. But, you know, you could take pieces of it off and make ephemera with it, or you could just leave it as it is. But I thought this was such a cute idea, and I loved it when I saw it on her medals that she was showing. And that's all it is. And then you could take like a bulb pin. And of course, you know, a bobbin has the holes in it, so it's like already made, ready to go with this bulb pin. I hate to let that go. I'm not sure it's completely dry. It does take a minute. I think I held it a couple minutes last time for it to get good and dry. But I didn't go all the way to the end. I like the little tip of the film reel to be standing up. And then you could just run it through one of those little eyes or one of those little holes. And isn't that a cute charm for the side of your page? I love it. So cute. And I don't know, maybe the piece that she had, that she was selling, maybe it's a Tim Holtz piece. Maybe, I don't know. I had never seen it before. I just know when I saw it, I thought that was the cutest thing ever. Or maybe somebody just made it. I'm not sure. I don't know that she said. But so back to our piece here. I think it's dry. Yep, the blue's already dry. So I'm going to go back with my glove and put some of the rust on it. And don't worry if you get this stuff all over your fingers because it washes right off. Isn't that cool? I tried to make sure I got the edges. And I did try to go on the inside of it somewhat. I didn't really, I wasn't too particular about it if I didn't get it really good. And you don't have to smooth it out. You can just leave it kind of standing. I don't know why I put the glove on because I didn't put it on both hands. And of course, this other hand's just getting stuff all over it. But whatever. I guess I thought I was doing good. So there it is. How neat is that? So I'll just set it up and wait for it to dry. I have another one here. And I did kind of pile it on, like it, and it didn't flake off. I really like this stuff. And like I say, it's good for people that don't care for the actual rust, but they like the look of the rust. What do you think? Isn't that neat? Really cool. Okay, so I'm going to wipe my hands off. If you had some little pictures or something, maybe even smaller than this, that would be cool to put, to hang from it. I have some charms like this. Those would look neat, wouldn't it? Oh, I just love this so much. I love these little film reels. Aren't they fun? And again, this is the real rusted one. And as you roll up the film reel, some of the rust came off. So it doesn't look as grungy as it did to begin with. So I kind of feel like I might actually like this one better than the real rust. And also, if you have any ideas or suggestions on how to make this little reel stick better, I mean, it's staying. I don't think it's going to come off. I'm just afraid the more that it moves around and, gets jarred on our journals, that it might come loose. And I'm thinking, how's a better way for me to secure that? It may not. I mean, it feels pretty. Maybe it won't. Maybe it's just how I'm thinking of it. But I love this. I hope you guys do. I know that was a really quick tutorial and probably not really even a tutorial because I basically rusted a bobbin and wound some film strip around it. But I love this and I hope you do. I hope that it inspired you in some way. And again, these are in my Amazon storefront. I am an affiliate so that if you buy anything from there, I get a very, very small commission. I only put things there, I say this every time, so that you'll know what it is that I'm using. And I don't, I just love trying new products. And when I do, I find something I like to share it with you. I know this one comes in different colors. I didn't check out all the colors, but I know it comes in a whole bunch of different colors. So that might be something interesting I need to look at. But this one, they're made by the same company. And I did read reviews on this one that a lot of people didn't think it looked like rust and whatnot. But I gotta say, I showed these to a couple of people and they didn't realize one of them was not real rust. They thought I had rusted them all. And I don't know if it's showing very good because of my light. I'm trying to move it kind of out of the bright light where it shows its true color. But they really do look real. I mean, they really look rusted. And so I hope you like this. I hope you will give it a try. And let me know if you have any suggestions of what you would put with these, how you would use them. Thank you for watching. God bless, and I will see you next time. Bye.